Hi loves, welcome back. It's me, Jenny. How is everybody doing today? So my love, I'm going to show you guys how this journal turned out, my junk journal for Halloween. I'm so excited. It looks so pretty. I'm going to show you a few things inside the journal, and then we're going to also create some pages together so you have an idea on how I'm going to put this together. Now, the cover, I absolutely love. Isn't this a beautiful cover? I just absolutely adore this cover. I used the greeting card from the Dollar Tree, and then I used my favorite stickers to decorate the cover. And what I also did is I added some of these beautiful ribbons so I can make the closure of the book. Once it starts getting thick, this is going to allow me to close it. So I just literally, oh here, let me show you back here. I literally just glued it down with hot glue. I layered the ribbons and then I glued it down with hot glue, and that's literally all I did. I did the same thing here. The only difference with this one is I also layered a nice little decorative paper on top of that just to give it a little bit of security. But that's literally what I did with my little tassels, and what I used for them is literally the Dollar Tree ribbons. I used this one and I cut this one in half because it's kind of really wide. So I cut this one in half, and I also cut the wire off the ribbon. I use this ribbon and I use these two ribbons. And literally that's what I did, okay? I also used some fabric. This one is a fabric that I bought, like a shirt that I bought that I love the print on it. I cut a little strip of that. This is also a fabric that I also cut a little strip off. This is from a children's little, I don't know, pants that I got at the thrift shop, Halloween pants. And then this is another one of my favorite fabrics that I also cut a little bit off. So it's just a combination of fabric and ribbon, really. And it just turned out so pretty. I love the way it looks. I love the way it closed. I just love everything about this journal. So let me show you the inside, okay? The inside of the journal is very simple. I already showed you guys on my last video what I'm going to be using to decorate the inside of the journal. I showed you guys the finished kit that I put together with papers and stickers and all that. If you missed that video, I'll link it at the bottom so you have an idea of what I'm using to decorate this journal. But I already started. I have some layouts that I already put together. I used the coin envelope here, and I used the greeting card envelope in here to create some pockets. I used this beautiful little pad that I got at, I believe it was Home Goods. And I want to show you this page. This page I absolutely love. Now, if I'm going to tell you something that you're going to be shocked, but this is actually paper towel. What I did was I dyed this paper towel with coffee. I dipped it in coffee. I let it sit so it can dry, and I'm using the paper towel as kind of part of my junk journal. So it looks like this, and you can literally use this for anything. What I did was I peeled because it's a two ply, is that what it's called, ply? So I peeled it to create 4 different pieces that I can use in my junk journal. So these are actually 4 different pieces. This is actually 1 paper towel. So this is a good idea. So if you have some, some layouts that you need to decorate your pages and you don't have ideas, that's all a great idea to do. So I'll be using that in one of the spreads. This is my little list that I glued down here. All I did was I literally took the papers that I loved and I kind of made a little bit of like edges decoration on it. I just torn it in half. I didn't really do much with it. I just literally, here, let me show you. I didn't even measure anything. I need paper. Okay, let me go get some paper. Give me 1 second. I didn't really do much with the papers. Okay, I literally just took a paper or a paper pad And I literally just cut it in half. That's all I did. This is literally what I did to get these two decorative look. I just literally, well, I cut this part out obviously. Okay, just want to show you because I know that sometimes seeing stuff like this is better than telling you. So literally all I did was I just turned it in half. I turned it in half and I used one for one end and one for the other end. That's literally all I did with these papers. I don't know what layouts I'm going to be using or what I'm going to add in it. So I wanted to keep it kind of like simple, but I also wanted to decorate the pages. So that's literally what I did for most of the pages in here. As you can see, this is just a regular paper. This is the wallpaper that I got at the Dollar Tree. That gorgeous paper, I love it. And then these are just literally what I did with a lot of my ends of my pages. Okay, kind of alternated. Some I put this way, some I put this way, some I did double. And so I did for most of the pages. That's what I did. Okay, some I skipped pages here and there, and I just love the way it turned out. This here is actually the, let me go get it. I should have had all this stuff ready for me, but hold on. Remember this dry eraser that I got at the Dollar Tree? Well, it comes with this inside to give you like an idea of how to use it. I used this paper, the inside paper, and I added it in my spread. So you can also use that if you get those dry board or those dry board pockets. And that is all I did. I did not do a lot. I have more stuff back here that I want to put in my journal. So I want to decorate some of these pages with you as quick as I can because I don't want this to be super long. I want to show you. Okay, so let me show you what I have here on the side. So I have my vampire blood bag from the Dollar Tree. What I did with this is I literally just took a scissor and I cut this part out to create a pocket to put in my journal. Okay, so here I have the one that I already cut out. As you can see here, it's like a little pocket. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to actually glue this down to this paper because it kind of gives me like that whole like resemblance of like blood. I'm going to use a double-sided tape. I hope I'm on frame. Okay, let me put my glasses back on. All right, so I'm just going to put double-sided tape on the ends of the vampire bag. And I'm going to use it as a little envelope. Okay, so if you have those little baggies from the Dollar Tree, that's one of the ways that you can actually use it in your junk journal. Just make sure. Okay. Now, because so you have to make sure that you seal the inside because remember, I cut out the bag both ways actually. I cut it out this way and I cut it out this way. So make sure you seal whatever side you want to seal before you layer it down. You could probably use double-sided tape if you want in the inside of the pocket, like right in here. Okay, you could literally just use double-sided tape just to kind of seal it. So that nothing falls out of it. All right, that's the reason why we're doing that. And then we're going to glue it down to the paper of your choice. You don't have to use anything. You don't have to really use a background paper. You can literally just use, it like that if you want, but I kind of like this blood situation going on here, and so I want to do that. So literally all I did is just peel this off, glue this down, and this is actually a way that you can use for little things that you want to add in here. So if you wanted to add this in here, for example, oh, this is too big, hold on, maybe this one, you can literally put it in there as a little pocket. See that? Super cute, right? Now you can glue this down to whichever page you want to glue this down to. I'm not going to glue it down to any pages right now. I just wanted to show you how I would put this together. I'm going to find a spot for it, but right now I don't want to like definitely glue it down because I want to do more work with it. That's one thing that I wanted to show you. Another thing that I wanted to show you on ways that you can decorate your journal is by using the little baggies. This little baggie, you can literally just glue it down. For example, if I wanted to glue this down here, I could literally just glue it down here if I want. Now, if you want to keep this part, you can. If you don't want to, you can always cut that part out, okay? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just use double-sided tape, and I'm going to add it to the ends of the bag. All right, as close as possible to the edges. And I am going to cut this part out. I don't like that part showing. You don't have to, okay? It's really your choice, but I will cut mine because I don't like that part showing, so I will cut it out. All right, so I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to come very close and cut it out. These are horrible scissors. I have to clean these scissors. They're so bad. They have so much like glue and residue. But it's okay. It's doing its job. Okay? You can use this for another project if you want. And I can literally glue this down here if you want. Maybe you want to glue it down here. You can too. Wherever you want to glue this down, you're welcome to do that. Okay, let me see if I have here. I don't think I want anything over here. I think I want to do this more on this end. And you can literally glue it down there if you want. See that? That's a cute little place to put it. But I want to keep this simple. So I think what I want to do is glue it down here. So we'll do that. And that's another pocket that you can use for your junk journal. Okay, these are just little ideas that you can kind of like, you know, get and you can kind of use as you go. See that? And then if I want to put some things in here as a little pocket, you can. There you go. Boom. See that? Boom. Cute, yeah? Very nice. I love that. That's okay, perfect. Another thing that I want to show you that I also love to use is, you're gonna laugh at me for this, okay? You can laugh all you want. Guess what? It works. These little papers, I love using these little papers, and I'm gonna show you where I get them from. But before I do that, let me show you how I use it. On this layout, I used it here, and I just love the way it makes the noise. And I use it here to display some of these beautiful tiny seashells on this particular spread. So I am going to show you where I get this from. Don't laugh, or maybe you could laugh. Maybe you should laugh, because I am here to make you laugh. So yes, you can laugh. You know these like crackers? Okay, these crackers come with this paper inside. It's actually the lining of the paper. See that? I love using these to create fun projects with them because they are so yummy to work. When I say yummy, I mean I love like the noise, and I love how it just makes me feel nice. I love working with the paper, and that's where I get these from, okay? So what I like to do is I like to actually fold these in half, and I like to put them inside as kind of like decoration. See, just like that. Usually what I'll do is I put a little bit of double-sided tape on this side, or I'll put it on this side, and then I'll glue it down, and then I can use this for any kind of embellishments that I want. Let's do that now. so I can show you. You hear my belly? That's actually my belly, and I'm not even hungry. I just had breakfast not too long ago. I'm not even hungry. I don't know why my belly's making that noise. Okay, see that? So what I'll do is I will peel this off, and I have two, so I'm gonna do the same thing on another spread. And then what I do is I like to put this right in the middle. You can even use a scissor. I'm sorry, not a scissor, a ruler, which is I usually do, just to make sure it's like right in the middle. And then I just lay it down, and I just lay it down. And then this is something that I can use in my spreads. See that? I love it. So cute. And that's how I use this spread. Okay? That's how I put together this spread, I'm sorry. So, the next thing that I want to show you is how I use these little leftovers in my journal. Sometimes I cut them out and sometimes I don't. I like to use, let me show you. I love to use this little, okay, you see this little thingy that hangs from like the display? I like to use that because that is what I like to use to put through my ribbon, and it kind of hangs out and it looks kind of pretty over the journal. So I love using that. I don't usually cut it out. And so what I like to do with this is I like to usually put them in the corners, because what I will do is I will use some washi tape and washi tape it on this side over here, so I can usually flip it and I can use it. But I also like to not glue too much up here because I want to be able to put my ribbon through here. So what I'll do is I'll start maybe from down here, and I'll add my either double-sided tape or washi tape or whatever it is that you want to use. We're going to use washi tape in this case. And I have maybe this ghost, or maybe we'll use this one. Okay. And I'm going to washi tape this right in the edge of the, right there in the edge, okay? You can literally flip this over, and you can actually put more washi tape if you want here. But what I also like is, I also like that I can use this little thing here. So let me show you what I mean when I say that. So let me get a little piece of ribbon so I can show you. For example, if I had maybe this ribbon that I wanted to add, I would just go right in through here. I would add it. I would use it as a little decorative item. Make a nice little knot, okay? And that will literally be used as a decoration. See that? I love using that. And when you close your journal, you'll have that little beautiful thing hanging there, okay? So I love doing that. You can always go back and add more ribbon or more yarn or whatever it is that you have. This is just to give you like an example, yeah? I'm most likely going to add more, of course. And I'm also going to decorate the cover of this. And also, I'm going to probably cover this as well, okay? Another way to use these, and I will probably do the same thing on another, maybe like on this page. I can probably do the same thing here. Maybe on this one, I'll do it on this side because we want to have the difference of these hanging out. So I might do this one on this side. What you can also do, which what I have also been doing lately, is I would cut this out here. Here, let's do it together. I would cut this out. Okay, I would use this as some kind of decoration, and what I would do is I will decorate this, and then I would glue this down to the side of my paper. And I would get the same reaction as I got with this one, but instead of having it on this end, you'll have it on this end. And then you can also have some ribbons sticking out. That's a really beautiful way of also using these. I love using them because they're really fun and you can actually do a lot with them. So if you ever have these at home and you don't know what to do with them, this is a perfect way to kind of make use out of them, okay? All right, what time is it? Let me see. Oh, 20 minutes. Okay, I want to show you two more things before I leave. I know this is a long video, but you know, I'm trying to make this as short as possible. Okay, I want to show you two more things. Actually, three more things. I lied, three more things. I want to show you what I did with the napkins. Remember the napkins that I talked to you guys earlier that I absolutely love? That I was absolutely complaining because I paid $7 for it, blah, 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 blah. Remember that, right? So what I did here is I actually used a glue stick. And I just glued it to an extra, you know, craft paper, and I made them into really fun little ephemeras. I'm going to cut them out from here, and I'm going to use these to decorate my journal. So this is another fun way, okay? If you have really fun napkins, this is a great way to use them and make some use out of them. All right. There you go, see? There you go. And now I can use these as little decorations in my journal, all right? Another fun way to make your napkins to good use. They look cute, right? Super cute. All right, perfect. The other thing that I wanted to show you before I let you guys go is how I use, oh yes, this one right here. I use these, this is from a magazine called Uline. It's one of those like magazines that they sell like commercial products and, you know, just like house stuff. So I had the magazine and I saw this in the back of the magazine and I ripped the page off, and this is what I'm going to use to decorate some of my pages in here. I kind of turned it into Halloween because I added a little googly eyes to it. You see that? So what I'll do is later on when I'm ready, I will be cutting these out into little squares and I'll be adding them into my junk journal projects. But this is a fun way to make use out of these you know, these papers that you may have that you don't know what to do with, okay? Literally just glue down googly eyes. You see how cute that looks, right? Can you see that? Yeah, really, really cute. Another thing that I'm going to be using later on in my junk journal. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this one as well. I'm gonna cut this out and I'm going to use it for my junk journal. This is also part of the magazine that I'm talking about, okay? All right, and then do I have anything else that I want to really quickly show you? I think that's it. I think that's the only thing that I wanted to kind of like show you guys. I didn't want to do like the journal. Like I feel like the journal itself is not that, you know, difficult to put together because I really didn't do much with it. I just literally just laid down some papers. So I didn't really do a video showing you exactly how I put it together, but at least I'm giving you like an idea so you can have and take that with you and maybe create your own journal, yeah? Now, I am also excited because when I went to the thrift shop this week, I found something that I was looking for. I found this vintage label maker and I'm so excited because I have been looking for this forever. Actually, I was planning to buy one of these on Amazon. I already had it in the cart and I was about to buy it. And I came across this vintage label maker and I'm just so excited. So I'm like excited to delete the item from my cart because now I have it. It's beautiful and it's so heavy and I'm so happy that I found it. Okay, my loves, I'm going to be washi taping some of my edges of my book. And I will show you every once in a while what I'm doing. I might just probably post them in Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably will be seeing me put these pages together as I continue to decorate my journal. And then we are going to be doing some fun projects in the next few days. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you got some really fun ideas from this video, and I hope that you guys enjoy creating your own journal. Make sure you tag me if you have Instagram, or if you have a YouTube channel. Make sure that you tag me so I can see what your journal looks like. And make sure you share this video, and make sure that you also subscribe. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.